Valve confirms credit card companies pressured it to delist certain adult games from Steam.
Yeah, that's lame. That's really lame.
So, what do you know about this, Grae?
The top two payment networks, namely Visa and Mastercard. So they're quadrupling down on removing their services to Steam. So it's yeah, because like normally when you're paying for Steam games, it's either through Visa or Mastercard debit card, regardless if it's a debit or credit card. So there's a duopoly, so they feel like they can exert that power, which unfortunately worked for Steam and I as far as I know, also Nintendo. So I think it also applies to Nintendo now for those NSFW games are no
Yeah,
longer
I
available.
believe so. I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's they're trying to basically remove a lot of these things because and in the name of, I guess you say, protecting children. That's what they're basically trying to do. I think that in the guise of disguise of basically trying to protect the children, or simply please think about the children. Anything that they deem is too violent, too mature, that has any type of sexual content, that and the thing is whatever they deem. All right, and they sort of did this with the movement with the women's in gaming, whatever bullshit movement, like mothers or that kind of garbage. They sort of did this and complained enough that they got no mercy. The publishers of No Mercy to delist their own game. So I think this is
Mhm.
a very very bad cadence when it comes to that kind of stuff, right? And the thing is, uh, they're also trying to like remove a lot of things. Like I think Left 4 Dead 2 was another one. Like even like that's a shooting game, right? You're killing zombies, right? So like Left 4 Dead's one of them. There's a lot of people. So the stop payment, so is Skrill, JCB, Discover, Visa, Mastercard, PayPal as well. So like I think they're gonna eventually try to like make this happen, and I think it's very scary. I think and a Valve response to payment processor controversy hopes devs have another game to put on Steam. Yeah, and I think they just don't want anything that they deem that it's not good, right? Whatever they think it is. So here's the thing, there's a
Yeah.
lot of dating simulators. There are a lot of adult games on Steam. There's
Yes.
tons of them, and they want
Mhm.
all of them to be removed. And I think it's just it's very bad. It's very, very bad. So
Yeah.
another thing is the collective shout, and it's basically an open letter. This is from I found this on Cabrutus's X, and it's basically open letter to payment processors from profiting from rape, incest, and child abuse games on Steam. So one main thing is anything that has potential, anything that could be underage, anything that could be like anything. It's like how about like stepbrother and stepsister, that kind of stuff, right? So and even stuff like No Mercy was a huge one. And I read it on Steam that it's not a game about like that kind of stuff. Right? It's not a game about that. But if this does move forward, it's gonna be really a very, very bad day for Steam and a lot of game developers, and it's gonna suck.
Yeah, I haven't checked, but I think it already happened, right? It's already applied, or is it still in the process of
Uh
happening?
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah.
It's You see, not
I
it's not a great precedent, that's for sure. But yeah, it's Mastercard world, and we just live in it. That's my understanding based on a recent queue from Valve to PC Gamer, which confirmed that yup, the company sure did recently remove. Oh yeah, they did remove a whole spat of adult games from its storefront because
yeah.
it made payment processors upset. Quote, we were recently notified that certain games on Steam may violate the rules and standards set forth by our payment processors and their related card networks and banks. As a result, we are retiring those games from being sold on the Steam store. Valve is reaching out to devs impacted by the change and issuing app credits should they have another game like that to distribute to this Steam site in the future. Just know, so long as those games get a seal of approval on Valve's payment processes, I suppose. So to be fair, the house of Gabe Newell uh, built, I don't think it's much of a choice. Valve explicitly said that it was removing the offender games because the loss of
Yeah.
payment will prevent customers from being able to purchase other titles and game content on Steam. It seems quite clear to me that from those kinds of statements that Valve's chaffing, I don't know, chaffing a little underpayment processors tyranny, but I suspect that Steam can't really go toe to toe with the likes of
Yeah,
Visa.
they can't, and they're really the majority of payments for sure.
Yeah,
Like probably over 90% of payment processing, those two handle. Yeah,
yeah,
it's pretty sad. I recall like several years ago they tried to implement that to, to OnlyFans, basically killing the entire business. I'm not.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure they canceled because like for OnlyFans, like what else are they gonna people are gonna do in that website then if they? Well, I'm not saying it's a good website, but like imagine like telling McDonald's to stop selling hamburgers, something like that. It's
yeah.
pretty weird.
I think that when it comes down to this Valve thing, this is probably one of the worst things that happened in recent time. I
Yeah.
think, removing a lot of these adult stuff, I think it's really, really bad. And, I to be honest, I don't really know what to say. It's because, like, it's out of Gabin's hands. He can't do shit about it,
Mm.
right? So it's man, it sucks. It definitely sucks. See, Valve didn't say which games specifically have been yoinked off Steam as a result of the credit card companies throwing their weight around. I don't think it is a Poirot. I'm not sure how to fucking say that. To put this one together. But as we noted in our original piece on Steam's new rule forbidding content that might upset its payment processors, the appearance of new regulation in Steam's documentation coincided with the sudden disappearance of a bunch of adult games with a theme of keeping it family friendly. So yeah, there are some games that still have focus on Steam storefront. So I suppose we can't say for certain that it's what raised processors hackles, but I think it's safe to bet anyway. So the thing is, like the game, like there are, like I said, there are a lot of adult games that are gonna be removed, and, I'm not sure how many are gone, right? I wonder if you bought it already, will they remove it from your library? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
because I still have No Mercy. That's still
Yeah.
that's still on my computer. So I still have No Mercy, and that's the only, like, adult game I actually have installed in terms of, like, like that those type of game, right? But, like, I don't think I've gotten any games that's been like, "Oh, here's some refund," or anything like that, but this is a very bad day for any adult game enjoyers. I think it's stupid. And it is a very like if that's the case, then like because Steam and Valve are like the biggest like distributors of digital games online, right? So I would say like any games like that moving forward, we're probably not going to have that anymore, right? I don't know how do you have any adult games installed? You could lie and say no, but yeah, how do you
Yeah.
feel about this though?
Okay, personally, it's like it's a nothing burger, but I am afraid that according to I've read the chat while you were, you know, saying your piece, and yeah, I agree. It sets a dangerous precedent on what this payment network duopoly can do. So they're gonna like sure for now it's like adult games where not maybe not plenty of people, at least not people who in public anyway, where they're pushing this, but you know they can just keep pushing the line on what's not allowed and allowed. That's the scary part. So
Mhm.
even let's say a woman, like let's say Stellar Blade for example, like they feel like, oh no, this is inappropriate content. So yeah, that's gonna upset a lot of people. So they can just say, okay, games like Stellar Blade, games like Venus Vacation, they're not allowed anymore. So yeah, right. So for now, maybe it's not that much of a big deal, but if they keep pushing the boundaries like this, it will be. And I
Yeah.
don't know what's the answer to this. Like maybe other payment networks to support it, or another marketplace where you can pay through other means, not necessarily just Visa or Mastercard. I That's the only solution I see.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
yeah, they basically have a monopoly over this. Like, like if
Mm.
they're basically, people are saying that Valve and Steam basically bent a knee to these big corpos, right? We're having images like this that's been circulating over the internet. This one right over here. And please, master, let me suck your BBC big bank cock. Yeah, and it's sad. It's very, very sad, and I think that's when we can't use these mainstream. Here's the thing. I think Elon Musk is one of the biggest. He's the richest person on earth, and he's one of the people that's basically helped start PayPal. I
Yeah.
think that if we can actually have, because he's a big gamer, right? And he's an advocate of like
Yeah. Yeah.
no censorship. I think
Yeah.
if he can actually do something about it, like it could be huge, right? Like
Yeah.
he could maybe make his own thing. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the way I see it. It's like there needs to be, well, there's Amex, there's JCB and other payment networks. I think
Mhm.
they just need to step up, or more competitors emerge that'll challenge the duopoly of these two.
Oh yeah, and
That's the only way. Yeah.
the thing is that this is not the first time that Visa and Master has tried to do this. They tried
Yeah.
to do it with the gun stuff too. Anything that if anything that goes through their system that is like has anything to do with guns, they were thinking of like the processing will not go through. Like you'll get declined because they're
Mhm.
like, oh, we got to stop gun violence and bullshit like that, right? I believe they rolled back on that. Like that means buying any gun accessories, flashlights, knives, anything that's related to Second Amendment,
Yeah.
they're gonna have it removed. I think that's the original thing. I believe they rolled that back. So now they have another thing that they're gonna fight against now. And the thing is, they already did it, right? So this is a niche gamer. Steam updates its rules to comply with payment processor censorship. Purchase multiple titles. Details below. And Asmongoat responded to it. Payment processor monopolistic censorship is one of the biggest unchecked cartels right now. Regulation is needed to either break up these companies or guarantee a degree of service. It's not a free market when every company operates collectively. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He is
Correct.
100% correct on this, and I think that,
Yep.
we need to stop this shit from happening, and that's why people started using, like, Stripe and all of these other,
Yeah.
payment
Actually,
forms, like
Stripe is pretty good. Yeah.
yeah,
Stripe is actually.
I use Stripe a lot, yeah, and, I think that we should stop using the thing is they're
Yeah.
so fucking big. Visa, Mastercard has been out for such a long time. PayPal's been out for a long time as
But
well. I think that we need we need to go
yeah,
to
but
third party.
I think they can be challenged. It's not like an absolute dominating hold that there's no alternative. I think there is. I think there is.
Thanks for checking out this segment from the Project Eggroll podcast. Make sure to catch us live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Also, be sure to subscribe, and we will see you all there.